Every day, your operation depends on one deceptively simple thing: knowing what something really weighs. From raw ingredients and bulk totes to outbound pallets and trucks, your scale is quietly deciding your cost, your throughput, and in many cases, your compliance. There's a story we see play out over and over again. A plant team finds what looks like a bargain floor scale online. The photos look close enough, the capacity and resolution seem about right, the price is a fraction of what they've seen locally, so they click buy now. A few weeks later, that same plant is calling for help. The new scale is missing a junction box they assumed was included, the connector doesn't match their existing indicator, the documentation is incomplete or shipped in another language, and when they ask their local weight and measures official if it can be certified for use in commerce, the answer is no. Now production is waiting. Operators are standing by. Paperwork is piling up because loads can't be weighed and released. What looked like a $500 savings has quickly turned into a $5,000 problem in downtime, rework, and emergency fixes. So how does a deal turn into one of the most expensive decisions on your floor? Most online product pages focus on just a few numbers: capacity, platform size, and price. But industrial weighing is an ecosystem, not a single box on the floor. Behind every reliable floor scale are several critical elements that have to work together: the load cells, which do the actual measurement; the junction box, where those signals are combined and balanced; the indicator, which needs the right input type, protocol, and approvals; the cabling and connectors, which have to survive your environment; and the legal for trade approvals when you're buying, selling, or labeling by weight. If any one of those pieces is missing, incompatible, or not certified for your application, the whole system is compromised. There's also the reality of your environment. A scale that looks fine on a clean studio floor might not last in a world full of moisture, vibration, impact from forklifts, or constant washdown. An unprotected junction box, a lightly built frame, or a generic load cell can lead to drift, damage, or outright failure long before you've seen any savings. Integration is another hidden cost. Your operation may already have indicators, PLCs, or data collection systems in place. If a bargain scale speaks a different language or uses non-standard wiring or protocols, you're suddenly paying for custom adapters, extra engineering time, or a complete replacement of devices that were working just fine. When we talk about the cost of a scale, we look beyond the initial purchase. There's the cost of installation, the cost of calibration and certification, the cost of maintenance and repair, and most importantly, the cost of bad data, misshipped orders, incorrect invoices, out of tolerance batches, and regulatory findings. If you measure it, you manage it. When you guess, you're gambling with your quality, your margins, and your compliance. So, what does a better decision look like? It starts with matching the scale to the actual job: your loads, your environment, your regulatory requirements, and your existing systems. It means confirming compatibility between the scale base and the indicator, and making sure the system can be maintained, calibrated, and supported over its life, not just on day one. Sometimes, that'll mean a higher upfront price than a generic online listing. But it also means that the system can be certified where it needs to be, the parts are serviceable and available, the indicator and scales can talk to each other and to the rest of your operation, and if something does go wrong, you're not starting from zero with an anonymous seller. In industrial weighing, cheap is rarely cheap. Scales aren't just another line item on a purchasing spreadsheet. They are measurement instruments that sit at the intersection of operations, finance, and compliance. A thoughtful decision up front can prevent weeks of frustration, thousands of dollars in downtime, and a lot of late night troubleshooting. The $500 scale that turned into a $5,000 headache is a story we'd like you to avoid. Ask hard questions before you buy. Look beyond the price tag to the total cost of owning, integrating, and trusting the scale that your operation runs on. Because if you measure it, you can manage it. And when your measurements are right, everything built on them has a chance to be right too.